Hey everyone, we're gonna start in just a moment. Hold down to your seats. We got the chat a bit bigger as well, so hopefully you can read afterwards too. I'm not sure. Let us know if you can read the comments on YouTube. Jem's just gone for a wee, that's why. I'm just buying some time. Look who he is!
It's Tristan.
Alright, shall we go on?
We're here.
Alright, we're live. We're just live.
Oh,
it's happening.
Good timing. Good day.
Nice
to see you.
Why are you pushing me?
Get out my way.
Whoa,
I can't get into
on?
my chair.
What?
Oh, what's happened?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's missing it.
What's
You
happened?
can't see, but there's a big.
Oh my god, that's huge.
There's things have happened. Things have changed.
Carlos has got a huge one.
I got a huge
things
one.
is going on all over the place. Yeah. I don't even know where to start with this kind of things. How are we? How are we, people?
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Right. I'm a bit sick, but I'm
You're
on
a little bit.
I'm on the uptime.
A little bit
on
snivelly.
On the
Upswing
of the sickness.
Okay.
I had to wake up at 6:30 this morning.
You was up at 6:30. That's a terrible time to
On a
wake up, don't you
Saturday.
think? On a
That's
Saturday. How dare they?
That's the time that I woke up anyway.
How
Well,
blimmin'
you're a
dare
freak.
they wake you up at such a ridiculous hour?
But it was worth it.
But we have had some early days
Oh Jesus.
recently, have we not?
Very.
Nearly whoop season. Whoop season. I don't know why people say whoop season.
Because they think that you can only fly whoops indoors and like in winter.
Oh yeah.
That whole thing.
All the time.
This is anywhere.
I need to release my
As
goddamn
shown.
video. I need to release my video.
As shown by you in Turkey last week. Yeah, you know, we may actually. Should we start with that one? That might be an interesting, fun one to start with.
Yeah.
What did I call it? I think
Chris
it was.
is already taking his laptop
It was the
out.
whoop action strikes
You put on the
again.
chat, haven't I?
So where was we? Let's start. I don't know. I don't know how to start. Hi, hello everyone. Welcome.
This is a random picture.
Random pictures. Where was we? We was in Turkey, in Istanbul. All three of us, actually.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Like there is a Tristan at the
You
end
guys
there.
are quite familiar to
You
me.
can,
now.
you can only see half of him, but he was
Quadtherapy
there.
went to Turkey.
Quadtherapy went to Turkey. It was absolutely phenomenal. And there was a huge festival. Like you're gonna see in a bit.
Yeah.
Just quite how big it was. Like it was just really,
look, Dennis.
Really massive.
Hey, Dennis.
And I think the video. There is a video. You can tell me which one it is, Tristan. That was on the train. Do you remember that one? And it was like a pit crew.
It would be. Yeah, I think it's before the podcast day.
Before this stuff.
So we went out for dinner.
This is after.
This is after.
So the other way. It's the other
so
direction.
I thought you were.
So we was in Turkey. Why was we in Turkey? There was a huge race there called WDC, World Drone Cup, held in Istanbul Airport, the now closed Atatürk Istanbul Airport.
Not closed.
Closed to the public. But it's a cargo airport
and military.
Possibly
and
military. We don't know. You know, you can't.
Well, no, it is.
They
said it was.
Well, we're guessing that it is.
No, it definitely is.
I can't make those kind of assumptions live on air.
Well, you don't have to make assumptions. You got trucks with flamethrowers on them around.
That could happen. That could happen. Yeah, you get that. They like to show them kind of things.
I have a truck with flamethrowers.
Exactly. Carlos has got one. He's got his own one.
Here's Sparky.
Yeah. So we was out in Turkey. It was wonderful.
Oh, you're making me feel sick with this.
I can't find it.
Give
so
me this.
Yeah.
Just look for the videos.
I can't find it. And it was WDC Turkey, an amazing event, an incredible,
there's this one.
An incredible track.
There's this one.
And that one.
I
That
don't
one's a
mind.
good
They're
one.
all brilliant. All of those videos are brilliant.
So we can use this one.
Yeah.
Go on, show that one.
Well, okay, this is a different situation, but let's get.
You're talking about the tiny whoop.
No, I was talking about tiny whooping on the train. That's what I wanted to show. It was like a little pit crew. Like Carlos went to fly on the train, and there must have been 6 of us, like all around him. One of them handing him a lipo. One of them pulling out his goggles, making sure they're on. Like everyone was like a little pit crew. We need to get you to fly before the doors open.
Yeah.
Like it was brilliant. It was a great little video. Just can't see it.
The night before that one.
Just can't see it. It's gone.
Before it would be up.
Up is before, down is after, and it's not there.
It's definitely on the videos
but
that I showed.
We're going to show you a load of videos. There's lots of videos to show you and loads of pictures and stuff.
I feel dizzy.
I'm going to start with this video.
This is a video?
Yeah, this is a video. I'm going to start with this video and just show you this video because I'm not sure who this is, but he had to recover from the top of there.
Oh, that's mine.
Is that your quad being recovered? Carlos's quad being recovered from up there because of this ramp. Now, can you see the size of this ramp? That thing is a bugger. It's a beast.
It's not on. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, this thing is a beast, an absolute beast. This thing, fantastic track. Like
it's a nice track.
Phenomenal track, don't you think? Yeah. So to try and get an idea of the track, we're gonna give you I'll tell you where I can get you an idea of the track from the WDC videos. They've got their own videos, and they did a load of them where they were showing the overview of the course.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
This is the one, and somewhere along here, we're well prepared, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah. You can favourite them so you can jump to stuff and you can open tabs beforehand, Jeremy. There's ways of dealing with these things.
Like previously thought out ideas.
No.
Is that what you mean?
It's madness, I know.
Is that what you're talking about? Like, yeah? God, that picture's the worst picture of it. God, blimey. But absolutely phenomenal it was. It's hilarious.
Take our word for it.
It's just take our word for it. Just believe us. We was there.
Yeah.
We was there. And what did we do there? You guys flew. Both of you flew.
Yeah, terribly.
You both had problems, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I had major problems because they had some ridiculous Wi-Fi infrastructure in place. So all of 2.4 was flooded out.
Yeah.
And I couldn't fly. But luckily,
at
one point, Trappy arrived, and we brought with him a shitload of Crossfire receivers.
Awesome. Turns up, sorts it out.
He saved the day.
He sorted it out, didn't he?
And Crossfire sorted out all my problems.
Not mine.
No.
I had three quads.
You
had
different
quads.
You had other problems.
Fail-safed in more or less the same places.
Actually. Yeah.
But we can't work out exactly what the problem was with the fail-safing.
So there was a few maybe Wi-Fi, excessive Wi-Fi in the area kind of thing.
There was definitely
yeah. There was a lot of that going on. There was a lot of overlapping in frequency systems. We had one guy, no fault of his own. We're not having a go at him in any fashion. He was a rocketeer.
Yeah.
And he had a video camera 5.8 on his rocket.
Oh, yeah.
And he was transmitting from his rocket. Yeah?
Oh, God, that was
there we go.
Yeah, that's all the course. Yeah.
What did I do?
hang on. All of that stuff, none of them saw any of that stuff.
No, they did. I just transitioned back into it.
Oh, why would you do that? Okay, now you've ruined it.
Got overexcited.
You've ruined it.
A bit back. Bit back. There we go.
Back there, around there somewhere.
Now pause there.
Pause here somewhere.
There we go. Look at the size of that.
That's the track. It was awesome, phenomenal, like really, really massive, beautiful track.
And a lot of people around as well watching.
Covered corner.
And this is the crazy thing. People are crazy.
Like they were so close.
They were in the netting.
They were poking their hand through so they could film a better video.
This is it. So I said to the guys, and they agreed, that next time what they're going to do is put the metal barriers around the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they can.
Oh.
They could. No, I'm sorry, I can't take a call right now. And take that around and then that would move them all back.
Yes.
You with me? So you just got another ring.
Yeah, because they were a little bit. Some of them I saw they were a little bit too inside the course.
Yeah,
they were pushing. At the end of the day, it's a net, and they're pushing the net.
They had no concept that these things might be able to destroy like a whole finger or something. They're
Yeah,
letting their kid poke their whole arm through.
Hang on a minute. Have a look at that picture there. How many of those people stood around that net do you think has ever seen a drone before?
Yeah.
Like ever.
Exactly.
Well, if they have seen a drone, it's not a racing drone.
And all of a sudden, like.
Yeah, exactly. They was all stunned. Like, they was blown away. Like you can see, like if there was a platform.
It is there, by the way, the video.
I think if there was a platform, you would have a deeper crowd.
Close to the.
Because you can pretty much only see through 5-6 people.
Yeah.
When you're on that one,
yeah.
If there was a platform behind them,
so
if they had a metal rail, a bit of low level standing, and then a platform, you would have had a much deeper crowd. Because it was just all day. It was like that. All day it was just fantastic. Like that was. So that shows you the course. If we can have a little go through the course, can you see the mouse here? I don't know if people can see it.
Yeah, you can.
But it's here. You go through a covered corner in the back there.
The tunnel was very cool.
Turn left through this sideways split S. Yeah, you know, like a corkscrew. Then a proper split S-ing thing over here.
It's not. No, that's a ladder.
Ladder. Oh, yeah. That's ladder.
You start it up and you go through the.
Oh, it's down a ladder.
Yeah. Down
then
the
you're
ladder.
up and over this bridge.
Yeah.
Which caught out everyone.
And create quite a few different interesting techniques for
Lots of techniques. Like there was some people, like Sean was just kind of hopping it.
Yeah.
But because he was, you could see him. He was weighing the anchors before he got in.
Yeah.
And he was just hopping it over.
To do that quickly by slowing down and not looping round was
that's phenomenal
very
skill.
Difficult.
That's
very
Sean
difficult.
Taylor level skill.
Yeah.
A lot of other people were just charging through and then doing a loop-de-loop or a spinny D and then coming back in again down here.
But that's the thing, for them it was
viable.
Effective, so you can't slate them, you know.
No, they were on their racing.
Nice.
I can't say nothing.
It doesn't look as nice.
And then round these two, wasn't it?
No. Well, through
one,
back.
Through one and then through the other one, like through
back
this,
over the top.
You had to come through one, over the top, and then through the other, and then that way through this one. That way through this one. That's it, and then through this one here.
Yeah. Over
split S. We could just show them a recording of the lap.
Back, just so they can understand where the path is, and then back along the outside, these two, into this one, and then this. So all of these covered, they were quite hard.
Not that one.
So
the first one was much harder.
As in hard metal.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've got inflatable gates.
A lot of metal inside.
And then you've got lots of metal gates.
Yeah.
So you come out of this right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Through this.
No, over
this
that one.
No, round this post, wasn't it?
No. That's just for the start.
Oh, round this post.
That's it.
The one with the two flags.
Yeah.
There was two flags on it. So split us this 2-flag one.
Yeah.
And then past this post this way into this flag.
No, you didn't have to pass that post at all.
You didn't have to pass that post.
You could just go straight from there to there.
I saw a lot of people coming round there.
You didn't have to.
And then through here, up the ramp. Which
power
people
loop.
say was a challenge.
Yeah.
Power loop, Ilmanman turn.
Yeah.
And then flat back down through there because this and this are in line.
Yeah.
Those two are in line there, which is just an amazing track, like really, really amazing track. And now I'm going to try and see if I can set you up with someone's video of that track. Yeah. I'm not sure whose, but we'll work it out.
Well, Sean's got a great one. I don't know if he'd mind us showing his video.
Sean Taylor's ones was awesome. Yeah,
he's got an HD recording of the lap. That's all the only thing. Flying it really nice.
Yeah, that would be on his.
Even carrying an HD camera, he was ripping it around so fast.
Yes.
It was incredible to watch him. Just to watch so many of the pilots there fly.
Really?
The speed was. I'm gonna crush this.
Who's Shuan?
I can't spell.
We even got to watch Carlos rip this little quad round the track.
Ooh. Oh, there we go. That's the first one. No, go back.
That one there. Okay, so I'm pretty sure Sean Taylor wouldn't mind us showing you this video. And
put it on the YouTube one.
Hold on to your hats now.
Oh my god.
Like,
oh my god.
This is ridiculous.
And transition.
Are you ready? It's already transition.
No, it's not.
It is.
No. Try again. Mean? There we go.
What do you mean?
Just
it's
play.
A different shape.
Click play now.
Oh, look, it's a different shape.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm just going to shut up and let you watch this video because.
Well, we can talk because there's no
well,
music. Go on.
You know what I mean. Are you ready?
They're
Are you ready? So this is WDC flown well. Yeah.
Flown well.
As opposed to anything that I was going to do. I tried to fly the Sensi 3.
It was
and,
scary.
oh my God, it was too fast, bruv. I was across this bit of area before I realised that I was at the other side.
Imagine flying it with a 5-inch, Jen.
Oh, it was crazy. Crazy. Like
it was a tough track, but it was really enjoyable.
The level of skill it's just incredible. It's hard to explain to you how much control they must have. Like,
it's like they're not thinking. That's what it looks like.
They're not thinking. They're preempting. Possibly. There's. I really don't know where to say it. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of you know.
So you're setting up now. That's where you launch from.
Like, on this corner, you don't think you know where you have to start the corner. That's it. The rest is just.
Like.
This
Can
way
you see how
it's
yeah?
It's so beautiful.
So he just lovely just bumps that over, lovely. You know.
At speed.
At crazy speed. Crazy speed.
With a GoPro on it.
Yeah, heavy drones.
And then
back down again.
So
and that's the HD
corner,
view.
That for me was one of the hardest ones.
But he makes it look so effortless.
Yeah, at speed was one of the
You'd think that was that harder because of the ramp down before it, and you're
now watch
already
here. So
carrying a lot of speed.
He does something differently when he's actually racing.
Oh yeah.
This next gate here.
Yeah.
He does this in a really interesting way. I saw
no
one else do that.
Yeah, no one else did that.
It's very quick.
Yeah.
Very clean.
It's just phenomenal. Like, wow. You know?
And he does 223.5s back to back exactly. That's insane.
Very noisy, his fan, isn't it? It's very noisy, your fan.
Oh,
your
move it away actually, because it might be.
It's very noisy.
No, because it will pick up because it's very sensitive, isn't it?
Yes. So yes, this is the track. Like, wow. And Sean was saying himself, we love everything about Pyro. Sean was saying that ramp, he'd like to see another one on the other side.
Yeah, that would be good.
Up and down.
So an up and then a back down again.
That
and
sounds
I think,
very cool.
you know, so the guys, the designers of this course really did go to town. They have shown us a lot. Don't misunderstand me, I don't need credit, but I did cover corners first at Formula Pro. But putting cover corners into a race like this, scared a lot of people, you know, because it was different for them.
Yeah.
I like all the features they've put in. The ramp was awesome. You know,
everything worked very well together.
Everything worked very well together. They, you know, they really did world class production. Like really world class production at the end of the day. Yeah, because you're literally right on the edge there.
Well, at one point, someone had a failsafe and went over the edge.
Yeah.
And went a bit too far.
And broke 3 arms.
In one go. Like that's the thing. He broke 3 arms in one crash.
Yeah.
So did you really break 3 or did you break 4? Like, are you counting that last arm because it had a little bit of flight controller attached to it?
Yeah.
It was still intact.
Is that what it was?
You just needed 3 more arms. You could have had a new pod.
The middle bit.
I would have liked to. So shame that I did. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted.
Yeah. You see, down.
Oh, nice.
Down.
Yeah.
Down would have worked really well.
I didn't see this video to this point.
Yeah, no, down works really well.
We play that down again quickly.
Really well. We'll play the down bit again just for you.
I did that.
Yeah, so up
but then
and then back down again. No? Do you see that?
No, it wasn't that.
Yeah, that was it.
No, it wasn't. It's here. No, it's next.
Which one is
it? No, it's here now. Maybe. No, it's not here.
No,
it's right at the end.
Yeah, no, it's now.
It's now. Is it now? Is it now?
Yeah,
is it this one?
He goes up, whoop, and then dives back down.
That's what I wanted
Very
to
satisfying.
see. That's what I wanted. When back in the days of talking about Formula, and I said I want to make a half pipe.
Yes.
And everyone called me crazy.
I mean, that was probably for other reasons, Jem, but yeah.
But that's what you would have had. You would have had that. That's what you would have had. It would have been.
I think we should do before they completely rebuild the Battersea Power Station. We need to do a drone race where you go out of the tower and then into the other one.
Out of one into the other.
Because I was really hoping they'd turn that into a roller coaster and have one coming out. Like, that would be amazing. But they're taking it into luxury flats or something stupid like that.
Alright, so
trying to make money with it.
I'm just going to put a little video on in the background while we carry on chatting about other stuff. But this is just so that you guys can just get an idea of quite how big the area was. Like, if you can imagine a dining room table, the space that we took up was like one plate's worth.
Oh yeah.
And the show was the rest of the table.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like a banquet table.
And you know, the drone space was pretty big. Like,
yeah, it was.
He had a huge marquee.
Oh wow, yeah.
Humongous marquee.
Probably 3 times as big as it needed to be.
That's why this video is done with a e-scooter. Otherwise, it will take me
a
lot longer.
You wouldn't have made it back in time for your next race.
30 minutes video.
It was so far. So the marquee for the pilots was massive.
Yeah.
The space for all the judges, and I like how they had him up on the top.
I love that.
That was brilliant.
Raised judges.
Yeah. They had them up on their own little pedestal.
I really like that.
It looked really good.
Annoying the judges. If they want to talk, they just go down. Hey, pilots, do this, do that.
This is that.
You have a liaison on the bottom.
Yeah, you had
the pilots.
You had Umit down the bottom, the in between guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy you talk to. The guy up there ain't listening to you. He can't even see you.
Perfect.
Kind of thing. It was great, and I loved the crane. When you watch their videos,
oh yeah, you see like
there was loads of crane action. They must have had 6, 7 cameras, something like that. Like all over, like proper filming cameras, not just like a GoPro on a corner.
No, this was
like this was
the crane boom arm camera sweeping over the judges. Like, it's added such a level of professionalism that I've never seen on it.
Really did.
But what it needed was someone commentating more.
Yeah, over the top.
We were talking about this.
Exactly, talking about that earlier on, and we had to stop ourselves talking
because we were like, we should just. As soon as I get here, just start the live.
This is why I showed up exactly when you started, because I was like, look, I've got so many interesting things to share with the world.
Start the live as soon as you walk in.
As soon as you walk in, start the live.
Otherwise, you give away all the gold beforehand, and then
because we just start discussing like, it would be good to have this.
Too much.
Yeah, but it's true. Like, so they had Felix.
Yeah, interviewing pilot, which is nice. I like Felix.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Amazing frames. Check out his frames.
Oh, I have some here actually. We can show some.
Can show
Radical frames. It was Yakuza frames.
Yakuza.
And his FPV name's Radical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you had Felix, but what we were discussing is that this event needs a media crew.
A media team. Like no, they had a media. They didn't have a front man.
A media crew for FPV.
But a front. Look.
Posting the live stream to the right groups.
I really enjoyed.
And talking to like. The one thing that keeps annoying me a little bit is.
You don't know. I know.
The organizations cater so much to pilots.
And not to spectators.
So much to pilots.
Yeah.
And it's great to be a pilot there, but we were flown for free.
Yeah.
We were
put up for free.
We were
free
fed for free. We got so much
stash.
So many presents.
Yeah.
I'm like, my mind is blown.
I wore the jacket to my first day back at work, and people were like, "Whoa, did you get that?" It's like, yeah.
The pilots
were very well looked after.
The pilots don't need. They're responsible to give something back to the organization.
So okay,
there's a responsibility for the pilots.
This is the conversation.
They are the organization's assets.
That's what I want to say. They are like they have to appreciate
not
the
like
pilots at these events.
I am the king. Thank you for everything. No,
it's not just that. It's they have to appreciate that. How else are we going to grow?
Yes.
If I can't get any kind of affinity with them, if they're never going to talk, if they're never interviewed, if we don't know who they are, look.
There's no engagement then, is there? There's no...
Hands up, fair play, he won the competition, he won the race, right? But who is he? Yeah? I don't know him. Do you understand? And so all through that racing thing, we should have had his bios being told to us.
Yes.
And a conversation between us.
And grab the guy and like
as he's coming off of that last race.
No, like I need to go do this.
No,
dude,
just for a couple of minutes.
You owe us. Not even. It's not an owing thing. It's your responsibility to
get that thing going where you've got to present yourself out there. Yes. And look, I'm not saying that they wasn't doing that when they was asked.
Yes.
Every pilot was very gracious to give us their time. It was awesome.
Yeah.
it's that I think it needs, and I believe that it needs to be in place, like from the organisers'
It needs to
point
be
of view.
part of the
It needs
event.
to be considered. That's
Part from the organisers' point of view, to be saying, actually, we need 2 people, 3 people to be having a chat constantly.
Yeah.
Pulling it out, discussing previous races. Yeah. Oh, look, this guy won here in England. This guy won in Spain. This guy won here. Yeah. What have you done before? The in-between conversations. Yeah. I loved our little interviews, but you know, you would, I suppose, because we're awesome, aren't we? But I love doing that, and I like that very loose questioning of the pilots. Yeah, we saw a slightly different side of people.
But even like even if it's hard questions, imagine all the added drama in a good way.
Not drama, but
no drama for the audience.
Excitement.
Yeah, that type of
involvement.
Yeah, exactly. Of getting the guy that just won the first final and having him talk like for a bit, like, oh, how do you feel? Do you think you're gonna get the next one? Oh, is it hard for you? What's your worst part? And getting the second one? Oh, no, I want to win.
And all of this,
you know,
builds affinity. Bro. Yes. This is how we are going to get grown and accepted and become.
At this point in your video, I start getting anxiety when there's so many people and they're not getting out of your way. And I'm like, you need a flamethrower mounted on the front of that scooter. I can't deal with people and just the level of.
It's a pedestrian thing. You're
I don't care.
Wheels.
Also, this is the most stupid thing I think I've ever seen.
But it was nice and high. You know,
that is not a simulation of parachuting.
And you came back down again. It was a bit silly. But so this is mostly, he's not quite at the end yet.
Yeah. You're probably about a kilometre and a half away from where you started.
6 minutes he's been riding his e-scooter, and he's not quite at the end.
So that's the entrance there at the edge.
So that black thing way down the end.
Look at all these people. Get out the fucking way.
All right, calm down, Tristan. Calm down. It's over now. It's over. He's back now. He's back.
But just move. Look where you're going.
Because they're not. He's looking at his phone. He was busy.
Flamethrowers. That's how they'll start looking then.
Yeah, we shouldn't give you wheels.
It's interesting because nobody cares that you're on a scooter as well.
No one cares.
Like you can be rushing directly towards them.
They're not making direct eye contact. Just like
So he's come right down to the end of the flight. So this is actually runway.
That's the runway, yeah.
That you're on.
You can see there's a Boeing taxiing.
That's it. So this is actually runway, and you know we could probably show you it on the map, but like it's very surreal.
Were you not tempted to get the HD whip out at this point? Chase the plane.
But
because after that guy taxied out, well, he was taxiing to get on the same runway. Right? But as he was taxiing out, a couple of helicopters came and landed.
Yeah, just plonked in by the side of him. But
that's
like,
crazy.
What was weird for me, like I've been to a few.
Oh, and it was like going side by side.
I've been to a few airport air shows, but they've always been like small airports.
Yeah.
This is like an international major hub airport, closed.
It's like one of the top, easily the top 20 airports in the world, if not the top 10.
And it was just so
size-wise.
Freaky, like you know those things where you walk out from the
thing.
Oh my god! Did we want to just?
We were outside of the terminal and we were looking like this is where I boarded the plane last year.
It's just so
and I was
weird.
just walking here.
And last year we landed in that airport. Like it was just so weird. And now you're just walking up and down.
In the
much. I'm just there you are. You're on the flight line. You're right there.
You can go to the apron.
Yeah, you're right. You know, and there you go. So
you just need a couple of machetes on the front.
It was fantastic. Like I have to say.
Look, just
all right, calm down.
Sorry.
Calm down.
People need to understand how frustrating it was.
You've got wheels. I've got wheels, and
but even trying to walk around was difficult enough. I can't even imagine.
You park like the Red Sea. You've got the beard for it, Tristan, but. You know what I mean? Ain't gonna work for us. So we had a great time there.
It was amazing.
Like
the food.
The food. There was a lot of food to see.
I don't even want to think about the food. It's gonna make me sad.
So there was a lot of food. So I'm only chatting.
Hey Dave.
I'm shutting this video because actually I want to just quickly show you that food picture because Tristan mentioned food.
The Iskandar.
Iskandar. Yeah, Iskandar. It's a lovely dish. Straight. If you're gonna have it, make sure they make it from Bursa.
Bursa.
Yeah, Bursa is the area.
Transition.
Yeah. And this is the dish. And
obviously it doesn't look that amazing on the photo.
It's fabulous.
You don't really see the size of this.
No, that's That's big. There's another picture with my face that you can kind of get a size.
But this is like...
That's twice my head.
Yes.
Also, what you don't know is under that meat you have bread, which is soaked in butter and all the juices.
Wait. You've got to say.
Hungry now.
So they put the bread out, then they put all of that doner meat on the top,
and then they come
with the sauce,
with a tub of butter.
This huge saucepan, the biggest saucepan you've ever seen in your life.
It's a tub full of butter.
Of hot butter, just melted butter, and they just... Until you say, what, bruvs? That's enough, bruvs, yeah?
It's like dripping off the plate.
Until you beg him to stop, he's just pouring that butter. He's just pouring that butter on there. It just soaks all through, gets into the meat.
John's not impressed.
What do you mean? Oh,
mate,
you don't know,
it's one of the best things I've ever eaten.
You have to try it to understand.
Like looking at it now, I'm just...
That was so much. Those chips on the side were unwarranted. Yeah, they were unneeded.
It's only 3 hours for us to get to Turkey.
It's all right on the side.
It's not that far.
Yeah. So no, we did enjoy that.
Do you want to find that Whoop video because it is there? It's near the little Korean soldering thing.
Keep going down.
The food was really good. Yeah.
The food and that was just at a normal takeaway place in a local shopping mall. It wasn't like a special restaurant.
No, what was special was that the owner was from a place called Bursa. So his sauce was from that old town.
One.
It was the legit sauce. Yeah. Like anyone can slice a bit of doner and chop up a bit of bread and fry it on the top.
Yeah.
But if the sauce is wrong, which was evident in the other one that we went to, which was like, this ain't right, we have to go back to the first one.
I wish I'd hidden my disappointment better, but I couldn't help it. It just came out and I was just like, this is just shit.
It was so bad.
It still tasted good.
If you do, make sure that you go to and ask them, are you from Bursa? Because if they're not, then I'll get something else. I'll have a shish. Yeah.
Oh dear. I see the word Sensi and toothpick after each other.
Yeah. Well, no. Look, we had a quick little chat yesterday.
Okay.
Because someone did a X-class size, but with 2 motors on each arm.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
An inbound and an end. Yeah. And so what I'm gonna do no, both same way up. So for Dino, I'm going to do a Sensi with an extended arm.
What?
So he'll have a second motor out here.
Well, like a 3-inch and a 2-inch or something like that.
It'll be 2 3-inches. It'll be like a 6-inch with 8 motors.
No.
So that will be a Sensi toothpick. Thank you very much. Because it'll have a toothpick on the end. With me, it'll be a Sensi with a toothpick on the end.
No. So are you going to have the 2 and then just 1 coming out?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I feel sick just
thinking.
It'll
be like that. It'll be a 2 with a single. But it's only for Dino. No, stay.
Dino, you could corrupt it, Jim.
Stay. Look, what's happened? What's happened? Yeah? Not Busa, Dave. Bursa. Bursa. You got to say it like an ethnic.
Like a boozer.
Like Bursa.
Like a boozer, mate.
Like Busa. So if you're from Busa, then get that one. All right. Yes. Okay, now, this is the video I wanted to show you at the top of the show. So we was travelling. We went out somewhere. I can't remember where we went at this night. Do you remember where we went?
So what?
Where we went on that night? We went somewhere. And
that's when we went to the other shopping mall. That didn't have the less good food.
It was the lesser Iskender.
Yeah. And this was with literally about 30 seconds before we were going to arrive at the
station. Khan, thanks for joining us. We are doing WDC. I tried to share it to the WDC page, but I couldn't find it. If you can share this video to there and everyone can say hello. Thanks a lot. This is us on the way back, and it was just like a little pit crew.
It was a pit crew. Look,
it was awesome.
You can see I'm putting the battery there.
It was awesome. So there's Carlos.
Someone else is connecting my goggles.
So there's Carlos, and it's like
connecting my goggles.
So we're on the train. And it's like, look, one man's holding the goggles, one's got this ready. There we go.
Someone else is turning the transmitter. You're turning the transmitter.
Quick, here we go, we're going.
It's like, no, don't go too far that way because it's like a whole carriage full of people down there.
Because the train was about to stop. Like, you can see the train's just slowing down. They're saying next station. And we had to get a bit of whoop action before.
And this couple are just like, what the?
Oh, yeah, freak them out. They got freaked out.
Yeah. I was trying to fit it through the thing, but it wouldn't fit.
It was awesome. So look, that's Khan there on the left there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So say hello to yourself, Khan.
Oh.
And then it was like,
There
all
we go.
right.
That's it. Great. Let's get on the plane.
Go.
Everyone was just rushing out.
It was
And
just
then
too
actually,
funny.
there's a video next to this, which is Carlos flying at the hotel, diving the hotel.
Oh yeah, when he did the Wow
There
Hotel,
we
when we
go,
come
yeah,
back.
yeah.
So
The mum.
yes.
The mum hotel.
Upside down, it's mum.
So you've got this actually from FPV though. We'll have to show that later on.
Yeah.
You full screen it.
So we've come back to the hotel, and Carlos says, "That's it. I've had enough.
And I'm amazed you can see
I'm going to
it all
dive
the
the
way.
hotel."
You can see it the
Put
whole
the
way. Yeah, it's
website
tiny.
review. There we go.
There we go.
Transition.
on. That's better.
Wee.
How long it
A bit of
takes.
hotel diving.
Bit of an anticlimax, but
A little
Yeah,
tiny
but I
dot.
think it's a little dot off in the distance, but the FPV would be more interesting.
The FPV is
And at one point,
it's so slow.
but at
did
one
you see a
point,
light just went on at the top?
you're right. Isn't that
I
a
just noticed
reflection?
that at that time.
What?
As you go up, a light goes on at the top
Is that
of
right?
one of the rooms.
Does it?
Yeah.
What, like someone noticed him going
I
up
don't know.
there?
Go back a tiny bit. No, a little bit more back.
That's
here.
just his reflection.
Go back here.
Look, that's his reflection.
No, go back there.
Go back here. No, the second time. I'm sure you see a light go on.
That's his reflection.
No.
No.
A light on the room,
In a room.
like a room turning on.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah.
Ah,
Oh no, that's the lift.
Oh, really?
yeah, they're lifts.
Oh, I thought people were spying on you because you
Yeah.
did. You were
Okay.
flying out from a room.
Yeah, I
And
flew
you
out
managed
from a
to
room,
get a few people
and
to
all of a
watch you.
sudden there was a
Okay.
face in the window.
Ah, Christopher. Christopher's with us as well.
Hey.
Christopher is the main judge, one of the guys that was up on the higher level that we're telling, like, get this sorted or not, or you're out kind of stuff. And I really liked it. I liked the efficiency.
Hey,
I
Sniffy.
don't want to use the word ruthless, but you could go down there. If you're not here,
In the
you're
right
not
way,
racing.
though. In the
You're
right
not here,
way.
you're not racing.
Perfect.
It's up to you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's up to you to make this work.
Mm.
You know, we've told you a race beforehand. If you're not here, if you're not ready, you're not going to race. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that. So I've got to give Christopher a hand for holding on to that rein.
Yeah.
Because it's very difficult
You
to
can-
be,
yeah.
you know, seen as mean.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, you know, top marks to Chris.
And we're just saying, Chris, like
Awesome.
you guys need to you need to use the pilots as your assets. Just go back to the video and watch what we said.
Just go back and because you know, like
because
you need
these
assets.
pilots have a responsibility. Is that what I said? Have a responsibility to the organization.
To the hobby, bruvs, to the
to
sport,
the hobby as well. Yeah.
to the whole sport, because
To this
without-
organization as well.
Yeah,
like,
but without all of them, even the ones in England, all of them, every single pilot has a responsibility to put us forward in a good
But
light.
particularly when you're
Yeah.
being looked after so well,
Yeah,
and having
exactly.
Alright,
you know, such
but
a good time put on.
To
for you.
then present themselves, I need to know your bios, bruvs.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't be affiliate. I can't have a desire for you to win if I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and I think, okay, maybe next year they will. I really like Hydra. I'll keep saying it because of the little betting thing.
It's good.
Not because I want to win money, but because that allows me to differentiate, and I'll remember that last race I won on him or not. Yeah. I really
gets you
like that.
more integrated with
As a
what's going on.
spectator,
Yeah,
this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Is yes, WDC went over, above, and beyond for the pilots. Like incredible. There was nothing we could possibly have wanted.
No, I didn't want for anything. No.
However,
no, even
that
for the
said,
even for the like the
for spectators, it was lacking.
no, it was good.
No,
For what spectators do you mean? The spectators that were there?
the
or at
spectators
home?
that was there, and even the YouTube watching the stream.
Yeah.
And I'm not
I mean,
having a go because
yeah.
I totally love the organisation. I just want it to be better and more.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
that's what we said.
like we're
There's
saying,
a media crew that should
A
be there.
media chat crew. Every time some of those pilots come off, as it gets more important, you get 30 seconds with them. How did it go? Chat with them through, you know, that kind of stuff. Use the assets.
Yes.
Use the stream time. I'm watching the stream. I can't hear anything. There's
That's
no one
the thing.
telling me
Like
anything going on.
the organization treats the pilots so well that I think they're might be afraid of.
You're foregoing the spectator part of it.
Maybe afraid of, the pilots need to be absolutely catered. No, they're your
put
assets.
them buggers under pressure as well. Like if you
make them work for you.
Hang on a minute. If you can't put out 30 seconds to a minute to 3 minutes of your time because you're so pressured that I'm racing. Really, this may be not the thing for you then, because you're under pressure constantly.
I think if you ask people to do it, most people wouldn't have a problem.
That's what I said earlier on. Every pilot that was asked was more than gracious to give their time. So I don't think it's a problem. I just don't think it's been addressed. I don't think that the spectator side of our hobby is being
Chris
addressed.
is asking what's the name of the system. It's
Hydra FPV.
And Andy's saying, like all FPV events, lacking for the spectators. And yes, because there's just not enough money in it at the moment for people to invest in thinking about spectators as well as the people competing.
And I think the organizations,
it's a very niche thing.
And I think the organizations feel so, I don't even know what the word is, like feel so thankful that the pilots are coming to their events.
Yeah.
That they're oh, thank you, pilots, for being here.
No, I don't.
We want to give you everything, and
I appreciate what you're trying to say, but I don't think the pilots would be put out by it.
No.
If the platform was there for them to promote themselves, I won this race, I won that race, whatever it is, then they would. It's just not there. Yeah. Like
it's not being considered at the moment.
I'm not having a go at anybody, but they put the massive screen behind the course.
Behind the course,
No one even knew it was there, bros. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that massive screen for spectators was lost. Yeah. The restream now, I believe, is lost because you can't really watch it because it's not commentated. It's not watchable. It's hard to watch.
If you weren't there, it's hard to make sense of what's exactly going on.
And you get a lot of that. And I'm not picking out WDC. It's only because we was there last, but. You get a lot of that with all the races.
Yeah.
You watch pretty much all of them, love all the guys that do the technical stuff, and it happens to be them. They're already too busy doing the judging and all the rest of it to be the one that's...
Exactly.
No, you need a dedicated person.
It can't be them.
You need someone else that's just doing the
commentating,
the getting the pilots, the talking and stuff
the
like
media,
that. The media part of it.
Bit of it. Yeah, it needs to have something like that addresses it and a way... for your bios. This is really important, because what else am I going to talk about? Yeah, and if you're commentating a course and a track, while I'm talking about Tristan going around that corner, I can remind you that he won in Somerset. Yeah?
Whatever extra information.
You with me?
Yeah.
And that makes up the rest of the course and the rest of the conversation. So we need that bio pack more than just where you've come from. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing.
I don't think it's the budget, Christopher. Like your budget must have been something insane.
Was insane, but it's not just the budget. It's just saying that we need to have this, and your budget was minimal. It's just you're going to have 2-3 guys. That's what you're going to do like you've paid for me and you've paid for that other guy and you've paid for that other guy. Pay for these 2 people to turn up.
I'm sure you'd be more than happy to
I would have happily have done hours of chatting about it, like throughout the thing, just to be grateful because I wasn't racing, I was there as a guest.
Chris was not necessarily talking about this race only, but for all FPV drone racing, there is a very limited budget to make it interesting for spectators.
There is a
degree
of that.
There's not a lot of money in it.
It's what you want to give back to this. Everyone just wants to take.
Who?
People that are pilots mostly. Just want to take, right?
I think you could.
And the organizations are the ones that allow us to race, right? Otherwise, you'd be racing by yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
And you should be giving back to that organisation.
You should be giving back to that organisation.
And giving back to... See, I see it bigger than just the organisation. I see it giving back to the sport, because we need to know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah? I need to see you chatting. I need moderation for next year. All right. But I need to see you as a pilot answer this question or that question.
The difficulties that you're having. That's what I really liked when we were doing the podcast. You were asking people, all right, what's your favorite part?
Yeah.
And your hardest part? And people were like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Because the hardest part, I think, is quite easy, but the favourite part is like, actually, which bit am I really enjoying at the moment?
See?
I actually think about it.
There's a lot of nice, interesting questions that are not stock questions. And I just want to see more of that. And it's not it's not really about budget. It's not about anything. It's about us, all of us, saying that it needs to be addressed.
Well, yeah, but people like DRL and that are trying to address it, though, Jim.
DRL do address
exactly.
it. Yeah.
So you're saying like no one is, but they are.
But
people are doing it when they have a big budget.
But DRL is...
They're telling you all the backstories of the pilots and they did it on all this.
But their own pilots.
Yeah.
That's their own pilots, bros.
But yeah, because that's how they've chosen.
They won't tell you what they did off DRL. They won't tell you what they did before DRL.
They're still doing exactly the same mechanism you're talking about.
Yes, they are, but they're doing WWF. They're doing their own thing in their own little world.
Because they want to maximise their profit.
Okay.
But they're still doing it. People are out there doing it, though. But they're doing it with a big budget.
But look, you're taking what I'm trying to say to an extreme point and you're just making it silly because it's not what I'm saying to you. I'm saying that as a sport where we are, no one says that it needs to be done. We all say, yeah, we want a live stream and we just do a live stream, but no one says actually we need interviewers, we need the commentators.
Yeah, I don't think we're the only people asking for that. I think there are other people asking out there. There's a thirst
I haven't seen many
from some people.
Yeah, but you could get like Carlos in a dress.
But it's still very niche. It's not like most people are asking for that.
It's a beautiful jacket.
Yeah, yes. See,
from WDC.
Andy is right. When I was when I did Formula a few years ago, I got a guy called Craig Films. Do you remember Craig? Craig Films, a top guy, chats really well. I like his voice and how he talks.
Good flow on the microphone.
Good flow on the microphone. And I had him just generally chit-chatting.
Yeah.
And at the time, my plan was to have 2 competent FPV pilots.
Chatting to each other about what's going on.
And a newbie.
Oh, okay.
Because the 2 would talk amongst each other knowledgeable stuff, but the newbie person would ask like off the wall questions.
Well, it's a bit like the Alan Davies character on QI. So you're asking the questions the audience is thinking, but you don't have to feel like
you don't. You know, because you wouldn't ask each other those questions, and I would ask you that question.
Because you come from that perspective.
Because
why are they doing that gate like that?
Why is it like that? Why can't he just pull it like this? What's wrong? That kind of stuff that you wouldn't necessarily ask each other. So that, you know, for me, I think that there is a way of doing it. If we could take it all the way down to grassroots, it would be awesome. And you know, I don't mind if I do another one. If we go somewhere else, we did it off the cuff. WDC were awesome. They gave us a bit of space, a bit of backdrop. They let us do what we wanted to do. All the pilots got involved, right? But that was very off the cuff. I'd be happy to go and do another one. If someone else, you know, we'd go and we'd go and have a chit chat with the pilots. You know, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to get you guys, pilot guys, known. Like, no offense to Dane, love the guy. He flies bloody well. Like, he's impressive.
It's crazy.
Like really silly.
Very consistent as well.
Silly, consistently. But I had no idea who he was. Yeah, and that's not right. That's what I'm hurting over.
And it's fine that you don't know him at the start of the race.
That's fine, but by the end of it,
start learning about him as he goes. Oh, look, he's doing well. Oh, it's
definitely like the last 16 or 8 pilots. By that point, you should know.
This is what I'm trying to get to. And the only way would be if there is this mindset in event organisers, even small organisers, that there should be someone discussing what's going on.
That it's worth prioritising experience.
Yeah, but beyond
looking at the camera and saying, "Oh, he's going first."
I'm not going to have a go at those guys because they're focusing, bros. That's not easy what they're doing.
I know,
and it shouldn't be them. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not adding
value. It shouldn't be them.
Yeah.
They've got a job to do, and let them do their job. They're the judges up on the plinth. But we need someone to do it. It needs to be addressed, and that's all it is. And I don't want to go, you know, like that way kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like forcing it down people's throats. But back to Turkey, WDC for a bit. Back to what you know, because while we're actually talking about, right? I totally love it. The what they did was they really took a lot of what went wrong last year. And said, you know what, we're going to do it properly this year.
They did it fine last year.
They had some communication issues last year, but that was internal, and that's what I'm trying to say now. So Gütschler, one of the organisers, said to me, "Oh, we had problems, bros. We had this problem and that problem, and this problem." And I said to him, "I don't think any of those pilots realised that you had a single problem.
No.
So as far as I'm concerned, you didn't really have a problem."
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like, but last year pilots felt things, and some of what they felt was more the organisation outside of their organisation. Like on one day, the big boy turns up.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about
Can't
that.
do nothing about that.
Chris is saying,
like the rain.
Can
Can you do anything about the rain? No.
Yeah.
Jim's going to be the new Murray Walker.
The new Murray Walker.
And then, so Jonathan's saying a pilot's race history, during commentating, talking about a current build, like
that kind of stuff.
I use T-Motors. I'm not sponsored by them, but I think they're really good.
Yeah. You know,
and hint T-Motor.
And get the This is something
the
I've never seen.
manufacturers. What?
You have Trappy there, you have Vivian there, you had Pyro there, you had like tons of all these people.
Yeah. And they weren't brought in.
No one.
Yeah.
But not on WDC, like everywhere that there's a live stream, you have like these people that are like Menace on. I'm talking about British racing, right?
Yeah.
You have like Menace. You have
They should all be brought in.
Yes.
They
just for a little word, like.
They're all they're
the ones supplying our sport.
They're the backbone of the sport, aren't they?
So
they're the people.
creating innovation in it and pushing things forwards.
You know, like
we want to have what do you think of the event? Do you have do you want to have like a little what's new with your shop and stuff like that? It's insane.
Chris's point about the bus.
What? Let's get in it.
2 hours in a bus, get to know each other.
Yeah, okay, yeah, all right, but that's me sitting next to someone.
Man, I love that trip. I don't care what anyone says about like, I took so long for the bus.
What last year's?
I loved it.
That was you must have you guys
I loved it
because you've had a lot of time and a bit every bus trip we took, I was giggling on. Like it was all funny. There was always something to say and a little bit of joke somewhere.
But also, you don't drink, and you couldn't drink in the camp, so that didn't affect you. Whereas if I'd been there that year and I hadn't been able to drink,
thinking about your drink.
See, not that I'm an alcoholic, but if I hadn't had alcohol, wouldn't have been good.
Right, there you go. So there's all those all these considerations. But I just want the public because I feel. So, because I feel it, I have to keep going on about it. I feel that the way that FPV will get mainstream and get the acceptance that we want it to have as a sport is by them associating with a pilot.
Yes. Yeah.
By them, not with it's a drone and it's a toy and it flies fast or any. I think that they're going to associate with the people doing it.
Yeah. You actually have that direct
engagement.
Now,
if you say Johnny FPV, a lot more people are going to know him.
Yes.
Right?
Because of the other
but there's a lot more people doing
Mr.
this.
Steele,
loads of people doing what he does, So there's that's kind of where I'm trying to go to. Look, there is a reason Carlos would never say it himself, but there is a reason I say Carlos is the world's favourite pilot. Is because he puts himself out there. Like you're saying, he does the Borat, he'll do the Ali G, the pilot's outfit.
Oh, can we switch over to the photos? Because I've got photos of people taking photos.
Like, hang on a minute. I'm going to show you. This is my favourite one.
Which one is the real pilot?
This is a pilot that says, "I want to stand next to you.
Can you take a picture?
And take a picture of you in your pilot outfit." Yeah, this is a pilot. Come and stand next to you. Yeah, the pilot. So this is Carlos, and he spent quite some time in costume. And we went out and had a little walk around.
Here we go.
Couldn't even show you one of them.
Ones.
There's hundreds of them. Yeah, like look at this. Look. Here's one picture, and as soon as one person sees him stood there, like the next person wants to go. So can I have a picture? Can I have a picture? So we got loads of that with Carlos. Little bit of jets, little bit of Turkish Angels there. They were constant. So if you watch the stream, we
you got to hear them.
We try
loud and clear.
Yeah, we try to talk over it.
Maybe don't show these photos.
We try to talk over it. But yeah.
Oh, this is.
Hang on. Look at this one. This is a great picture. They lit up the corners.
Oh, the whole track was lit up.
And how awesome did that work out? that the final was in the dark.
Okay, no, so the first heat, there were three, were there 3 races in the final or just 2?
2. No.
Was it 2, 3?
3?
I can't remember. It was just... It kept getting more and more emotional.
Yeah, but the first one was like, it was getting dark, and then by the second one, it was pretty much dark.
But the final was in the dark, and
it was so intense.
It looked phenomenal.
And someone landed outside. They took the golf again.
Oh yeah, outside the net. Yeah.
Bloody hell. That happened to me with my whoop. Like they said to me, "Oh, Jem, show these people your whoop." Right? And I'm like, all right, here's my whoop.
You can get Carlos dancing if you want.
So I showed them my whoop, and they've, we're going to fly. And they've only put it outside straight away. What's happened? The wind's taking it. And it's just flown off into the... And then they just give me back the controller. Here, he's fucked here. Yeah. So anyway, that's what happened to that. And then, a little bit of shenanigans at the end. Carlos was decided to give us a little bit of a dance show. What? It's a bit noisy. Oh, is that not your dancing one?
I think it kicks into it.
Ah, there you go.
It's a slow build-up.
Yeah, so it's very committed, like I say.
And then the guy ran over the camera. He's like, "Do it again, do it again,
do it again."
And now I'm missing I'm missing something.
Now you need a new kneecap.
The thing off, by the way.
Now you need a new kneecap.
No, I have a hole in the leg.
Yeah.
You have a hole.
You've ruined it now.
Oh shit.
You've ruined it now. So it was great. So loads of shenanigans
he was having
like
too much
that.
fun,
See, look, he did. He hurt himself. I told you.
He's not as young as he used to be.
There was loads of that kind of stuff going on. Little bit. We tried to do a bit of tiny whoop stuff.
I did tons of tiny whoop stuff.
Yeah. No, I wanted to make it a bit
We didn't
more,
do our tiny...
No, a bit more competition-y.
There's multiple drones. Is insane.
A bit more competition-y. So like that. Yeah. I made a quick little
I think I have a video of Carlos bothering...
that's great. When he was bothering them, that was really funny. And then there was some... What was that in the bar? We went to a bar one night.
Oh, yeah. You go up.
Oh, this bar was brilliant. This bar... Oh, hang on. Let's show this picture first.
Oh, so how many quads?
This is... I counted 160 quads on the floor.
160?
160.
But this was by day 3 or something, so loads have been smashed and destroyed.
There was loads
more. I put only one of mine.
There was loads more quads up there still on the tables. Yeah, so there was 160.
What about FPV football?
I can't.
I've got a video of that as well.
The FPV football.
I think I do have a video of that.
That was ridiculous. Like, just watching people kick backwards was the bit that made me laugh. Like, the ball's off to the left and he's kicking backwards. Yeah, I'm like, where are you looking? Like, what happened there? And then, there was a bit of funniness.
One of my favourite photos of the whole holiday.
Tristan's favourite photo. Are you ready for this? Right.
I don't think they are ready.
Should I not prep them to do screen capture? No one do screen capture. Look at that picture. That's it. That's all you're getting. That's enough. That's enough of that picture. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's enough. Yeah, look.
Carlos flying
more
his jet.
Actual pilots with Carlos.
And there's one of him boarding his jet as well.
Yeah, there is one of him trying to get on the jet. That was up here somewhere. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. It was great. So more actual pilots just loving it.
This guy was trying to get off, and then you just came to take another photo, and he was just standing there awkwardly like, I'm an actual pilot, let me get off, what the hell?
Well, I better not get off right now, there's another pilot getting on, that kind of thing. I'm just scrolling back up now, because
I've got about 1 million photos
millions of pictures of Carlos in his outfit. And
we had to get the perfect timing with the jet flying past.
I'm just trying to find this bar.
Yeah.
So,
down.
Well, that's a photo of where we were.
This is the photo of the bar. This is the bar itself.
In amongst a load of high-rise buildings.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think most of that side, from what I understand, is a ex-brewery.
Yes.
So it's a bar in a brewery.
Yeah.
Which is a really interesting place to put a bar. Yeah.
Well, it had that gigantic rusted old
thing.
bat. Yeah.
That was cool. Part of the brewing.
That Carlos whooped through.
The brewing thing. And Tristan's phone, didn't I take a nice colourful picture? Because that looks a lot better than real life.
It looks better than real life.
There's more colour going on there.
I want to live through your phone.
I don't know what's going on. I need that kind of phone, in my eyes.
It was a beautiful
few pictures, and then
the food was good as well.
So Carlos, obviously, had to have a little fly, and unbelievably, random people
Yeah.
These people,
these are
ours people up here, but the ones off to the left,
yeah,
unprompted, maybe they saw you doing it,
Yeah.
but unprompted, they all just got involved.
Yes.
They
Because
all
I went flying. The way that this works is that you don't go for it
You
right
don't
away.
attack them.
No, you don't attack them.
Yeah.
You start gaining territory.
Gaining territory.
Gaining territory. Expanding from your center mass.
Oh, you know they've seen you now. You see, I'm coming near you because you've seen me.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And then, you start low, and then you push. It's like kids,
Yeah.
Kids will start pushing until how much would you let them? And then at some point, when no one says anything, then you're
away.
Free to
and you did actually fly quite far, and you went off as well because we was up on the balcony. We was way high.
Did you see the shot?
That was very cool.
It was like land on man.
That was very cool. So we was up.
Here we go.
There we go. So
no, not yet.
Is it still our group?
No, because that was way off to the left. So behind this. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I started like flirting with a tree here.
So this is all of our guys, all the pilots. We went out to a lovely meal. That brisket was awesome up there.
The burger was good.
And then you flew down at one point.
Yeah.
And flew out and away through. And I thought, cool, he's very
he was
brave.
making some man down on the lower floor.
That's what I was going to say.
There was a waiter that was a bit disappointed that there was someone whooping.
You know what I mean? And he couldn't find us.
He couldn't work out where the whoop was from. He was looking around.
No idea.
Where is this thing? It was
no
amazing.
Idea. Thanks for joining us, Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan.
Watch the video later on. Thanks for joining us when you can. And it was just brilliant. Him trying to come and find out where you was.
I was playing with people that nobody cared.
Nobody cared. No one had a problem with it. And these people on that table next to us, when they got involved, that really made my heart light. I was like, that was a brilliant point.
I think it's now because I'm like flying with this tree, and then I jump to the other one.
There's a couple of videos. You did a few lapos.
Yeah, over the top. Go to the next one. Yeah, it's now. Look.
Yeah. And then they got involved.
Yeah.
And
so that guy in the end,
totally
was like looking.
Totally unprompted. Like no one asked him to.
No one shouted out.
Look, the drone is there. Oh, she was even saying.
No one asked him to do that. Oh,
sorry. Kill the cameraman. Kill the cameraman. What?
Yeah, but
maybe that wasn't the bit. I don't know.
It was.
I'm sure I got it recorded though.
It did record. Well, I saw it, so you must have recorded it.
I thought.
Yeah, but no one asked him, and he got involved.
Oh, this is him bothering. Oh, this is going into the.
Oh, trying to climb the thing, wasn't it?
Diving and then diving.
Oh yeah, this is you out there. It was just
with the little inbuilt receiver. It's crazy how far that went.
Really, yeah. Like the whooping. The 10 seconds. Yeah.
Around the water as well.
Oh, I tell you what, that was very brave doing it under those little pissy boys. Because if you got hit, you would have gone straight down. Because he was coming on top. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I think this is where you.
And there was a couple of ninja wires across there. It was just phenomenal. So, and the guys, they took us here. Like, let's mention that as well.
Oh, and the guy,
the organisation.
Yes, and so they let us fly here.
The owner of the bar.
The owner of the bar was like,
saw
it. It was like, yeah, it's fine, fly.
Go for it.
But we weren't meant to be flying the whole place. It should have just been the one bar.
It's fine. I think there was probably like 6 or something bars in that area, and they just kind of collab with that central courtyard thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to mention this. Like, we was taken here. They got us a shuttle bus. You know that. Yeah. So we didn't have to search for anything or get on a train or. Yeah, there was
I didn't
none
have
of
to
that.
think all week. I just did.
There was none of that. Yeah,
it was amazing.
They sorted every part of that out.
Yeah.
And like this, for example,
just a casual. Go to the next one. It's
casual having a pilot, having breakfast.
Next one.
Do you know what I mean?
This guy looking back like, what the fuck, dude?
What's going on here? Who's this guy? Yeah. So there was loads of that, loads and loads of it.
I really like that picture of you two leaving Technofest on the second or the first night. I can't remember. The sky there, it's just beautiful. A beautiful place.
So this is literally all of these things that you can. This is
the terminal.
This is where a plane would park. There'd normally be a plane
and
here.
And we're flying just.
And this is the back end of the tent. This is our tent, and we're just on the other side of this tent.
And I have a sneaky whoop that went outside of the tent, just like. Wee, wee,
oh, I had a few whoops gone off, but there you go. You know, and thank you very much to Mr. Card Puzzler. He let me borrow his little bike for a bit.
It's very cool.
That was very cool. That was very awesome. And I was very fortunate that I got a little helicopter ride.
Yes. You were.
That I can't explain how incredibly fortunate I think
We're not jealous at all. Not even a tiny bit.
It was.
I'm happy with everything.
Well, yeah.
I got.
No, there's got nothing to complain about, bros. But
I'm still jealous of Jen.
It was. I'm just trying to set it up, but it was damn loud, as you can tell now, when I'm going into full screen on this video. But that helicopter ride was just amazing. Like, can you see? Can you see this? Can you see? Can you see the angle?
The gyro's broken.
Yeah.
Tell them
like, normally this is flat.
Tell them to recalibrate.
Yeah. Can you see where he's at? So there was lots of that in this flight, and it was just it was phenomenal to get on and get the chance to actually go Black Hawk. You know, it was incredible.
Drew. See you later.
Really incredible. Drew, thanks for joining us, bros. Watch the rest of the video online. Thanks a lot. Loved it. So that was, I went with Trappy and Philip Seidel.
Oh, really?
You know the blogger Philip?
Yeah.
I love him. And you know, it was great. You know, all that crouch down while you're running towards the helicopter like a spaz, like all that business. It was so funny. But, oh my word! Can I just show you how loud it was? Like, this is how loud it was, right?
You need to turn on the desktop audio.
Oh really? All right, let me turn on the desktop audio. Are you ready? Is this loud?
No, actually, it's not recording it.
It's not.
No.
It's not hearing it.
Let me know. It's loud.
It's loud.
It's loud. Oh no, it'll pick it up a bit through there, right?
Yeah,
but not much.
Oh, it was loud. Oh, it was very loud. So look, all that lovely over the water stuff was just fantastic. And I had a great time. Thank you very much. Like, that was looking down. Look, straight down. Near enough. It was brilliant.
Chris hates you for this.
Oh, Chris, no. Chris, no, don't hate me, bros. You know what I mean? It wasn't my fault. We tried to go. It was a bit funny. Can I tell you this little bit of funny story?
Go on.
So they said to us, my mate said,
did Trappy try to
swap your R9 for a Crossfire?
Who uses R9?
Actually, he was looking at your radio. Oh no, it was my radio. Because he had the module in the back.
Okay.
And he thought it was the R9. He was like,
Oh no.
And then it was like, no, that's just
that's a good one.
It's a multi-protocol.
That's a good one. So anyway, so we went over there.
Yeah.
And we was like, oh, can we get on the plane? And like, no. Yeah, and this is how it is in Turkey. Like, it really is. There's a lot of who knows who and who knows what kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we come back feeling a little bit dejected.
Understandably.
Like, oh, we're not going to get on the. Oh no. And Card Puzzler, that's his surname. He's like, what? And he grabbed me and he goes, come with me.
Come with me.
Come with me.
Get those folk out of here.
And he walked us into there. They've got another little tent thing. And he walked us through all the police and everything. Like, everyone moved out the way. Everyone moved out the way. And he went, these four, they're flying. That's it. Like that. Just in Turkish. Like, these four, they're flying. And they was like, okay, yeah. He took out all the papers and he was signed the papers and we got to go on. Like, we was that close to not getting on. So thank you, Card Puzzler. Top man. Thank you very much.
Lucky bastard.
Really appreciate that. That was phenomenal stuff. What else can we talk about?
Well, about WDC.
WDC. So there's a few things.
I need to do a video.
You could do an hour-long special on it, just like your own stuff.
We did
just your stuff.
Yeah.
There's one thing. There's one thing.
One more thing.
I didn't record a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because I was just, those things that you're just in a moment and you're just enjoying it.
Yeah. And
you just completely forget yourself.
It was a lot of that. I felt a lot of that throughout the day.
That's why I thought, oh shit, I need to record some stuff.
I thought I documented quite a lot, but actually I had less than I even thought I did because I was just spending so much time.
Yeah, you have.
You got way more than I.
We got some good stuff.
You got
like
way
this.
More than I
love this.
So I was. I'm not gonna say bored. Yeah, but. Like, these guys are racing, so if they're not racing, they're concentrating on their drone. I was a guest.
I built like 5 different drones there.
I did a lot of walking around and chatting, and it was great chatting to people. And then at one point I thought, "Cool, we've brought our little doos with us, our little Orlandoos, yeah."
Might as well make a course.
An Orlando just driving around on its own on a table or on the floor is a bit boring.
Bit naff. Yeah.
So I asked for a bit of cardboard, and I happened to have some tape, and I made a few little bits and pieces.
And at some point, you had more people watching.
Well, at this point, you have some of the fastest pilots in the world competing 4 at a time, and yet people are like, "Oh, little cars on a bridge."
It was so funny. So I made a few tippy toppies just out of cardboard and some kebab skewers.
Worked well.
The 4 tippy toppies together in the chain was beautiful.
That was great. And then a little rope bridge as well. Again, out of coffee stirrers and a bit of string. So it worked well, and a bit of tape just to make sure they stayed sturdy. So we had a bit of a distraction there, and because of that, I believe I'm going to put it out there to make sure they can't say no now. Yeah. But I believe we've been invited next year to take some landscapes with us.
Yeah.
And I really think that when we take our landscapes, not so much, I don't want to use the word distraction, but it is like a distraction.
Yeah.
Sometimes after a race, you don't want to think about.
Yeah, you can look away.
Relax about
it. And even if you just sit down at where your stuff is, if there's a drone, you're going to think about it. You want something where you can just literally take your mind off
and look away.
I was building drones for 6 days.
You did a lot of building. You was a bit missed a few times.
Mine,
a couple of times.
Yours,
a couple of times I walked up and I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm just going to walk away."
Well, both of us were pissed off. We were both having I had so many problems with 2.4, and it wasn't until Crossfire saved my the
really
event
did
for
save
me.
You. That Crossfire.
But I kind of wish I'd had Crossfire for the whole time, because then maybe I could have got some practice in on the practice days rather than on the actual qualifying days.
Well, yeah. So
but it was still, I had so much fun, it didn't matter. Even though everything was going so horribly wrong for me, I still had a smile on my face at the end of every day. Because I was with such great people.
Except for the first day. Or should I say the first night?
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. How could I forget?
First. Oh. Is that what you want to talk about now?
No, let's not mention that.
That's the first picture.
We don't need to share the. I like this little time lapse actually.
Is that what you mean? Is that what you want to talk about now? Is that the best? Is that the best thing you guys can talk about? Is the first night sleep?
What sleep?
Sleep.
It's like they try and make me into an ogre or something, and
I've got a recording I can play. If you want me to play a recording of you snoring to the world,
I don't need to have a recording.
We don't need to share that.
I don't need a recording of it. But
I needed to prove to you how bad it was.
And again, credit to the organisers.
Yeah.
Credit to them. Yeah. They sorted it out. They could have said, "Shut up." Yeah.
We were ready to pay though.
We were ready to pay.
But the lads were ready to pay.
I would have literally paid £100 for the rest of the week to avoid the pain.
And I guess you can imagine. Apparently.
It was a bear with a chainsaw.
Can you switch to the photo of Carlos? Can you switch to the photo of Carlos because it encapsulates the first night we spent perfectly.
Apparently I snore.
Probably the blurred one. Yeah. Just because it's more accurate in terms of the
apparently, like this is Carlos.
This is how I felt.
First thing in the morning, and that's me in the background. And that didn't last long. So, like I say,
thank you to the organisers so much.
Credit to them.
Thank you.
Yes. Credit to them. They sorted it out, and like even the coach driver was cool because like we had to stop for a fag on the way back. Like he let us pull over and have a fag.
Just randomly on the motorway.
How awesome is that? Like, look, cousin, we can't stand it anymore. We need the cigarettes now. We need tobacco. We need nicotine now. So even that far. So they really did sort it out. Yeah. They did everything for us.
Can you just click? Yeah? If you click on this photo or the next one, I came 5th.
At one point.
Overall, I came 5th.
So look, overall,
there's me.
On the first
Carlos
hour,
came 10th. It's pretty good, Carlos.
On the first hour of the first day, this was the ranking.
No, I'm only 2 behind Bitmarta.
This is before the races started.
And that is because it's in alphabetical order. Yeah.
B.
So yeah, that's why Tristan's above Carlos. Yeah. But don't mention that to anyone. No. Don't mention.
But I had so much fun, despite not finishing in the top.
Yeah, to get that.
The little monkey as well. The poor, I disabled the monkey. Oh my.
And is that the Crossfire?
This is Crossfire that I bought from Trappy himself.
Is that Trappy brought with him handily?
And that was
very luckily.
I was
out of all the things he could have brought.
Yeah.
Yeah, he brought you had one of those because.
And now I have a radio signed by Trappy.
And yeah, now you have a radio signed by Trappy. And even he's going to tell you when Tango 2's coming out.
Oh yes.
Yeah. You're going to be first to know.
Oh, definitely.
That's what I understood.
Definitely.
You and him were like buddies on that whole subject.
He was talking non-stop about the Tango 2. About how we wanted
and all the changes.
He showed us loads of photos.
All of the things that he was going to
do.
Yeah.
Can't talk about it. We signed the NDA.
We didn't see any photos. He didn't show us a working one either.
Oh, yeah,
no.
Don't mention any of that stuff. Yeah,
and the new telepathic.
Well, I have one here.
Link and everything.
I have one here.
So I really enjoyed myself at WDC. I think that was
beautiful time.
Probably the best thing this year. Like we're near enough nearly past halfway.
Not probably, definitely.
Yeah. That's got to be one of the best drone events ever.
The best. Yeah. You know, like the organisation sorted it out, like from the racers' point of view. And from the hosting point of view, from the course design point of view, from actually the look of the course.
Yeah.
Like, you can have a course design and try and do it with shitty little flags. Yeah.
Christopher saying he's got his review.
He's got a review unit. Just talking about that review unit. Something comes to mind. Somebody had 4 screens.
Oh yes.
In a little square unit.
It's tope.
Yeah. With 4 antennas. No, I don't mean it like that. No.
Yes,
yeah,
I know.
You know.
Yeah.
But how awesome was it?
Carlos.
It's a good idea.
That was
such
a really awesome thing.
Yeah, because you can just go and see like whatever you want.
You just had 4 screens. It was just so brilliant. I loved how so inventive these people are. I fucking love it. Yeah, just to put 4. But he didn't just do what I would have done and got 4 box goggles. He's got the actual screen separate.
Yeah.
So it's done nicely, as it were. But loads of crazy stuff like that, which I thought was really good. Really, really good.
I invented something I'm very proud of.
Oh yeah.
Well, I have a picture of it there.
I've got a picture of something.
Yeah. The thing for the iron.
Oh yeah. Now.
Really like that.
Now that. See?
I'm thinking maybe I'll make like a thingiverse thing for people to download.
Do you want to see the present one or your actual one?
So Carlos has got a 3D printer pen. So I don't know if anyone's seen the 3D printer pen.
Yeah, we had it on a couple of episodes ago.
But it's a 3D printer. That's a pen.
Yeah.
Essentially.
It's a 3D printer pen.
And Carlos made this. So you made this one as a present for the Koreans next to us, didn't you?
Yes. And you might be wondering, what the hell is this?
I've got a photo of it with a soldering on.
That's what I was about to say. It's like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look like anything. But actually, it's a very useful little something.
Oh, there we go. Up a bit.
I think the other one might be better.
Oh, you don't like that one? Which one do you want? This one here?
Yes.
All right, you can have this one.
So this is the same thing.
That is what it is.
And it's a very, very small
soldering iron holder and tip cleaner.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everyone likes a clean tip.
Because the one thing about the TS100 is it's not very nice putting it down.
No. You're always going to burn something.
Well, to the point where I carry my...
Exactly, but it's freaking huge, right?
It's
I have one as
designed
well.
for
I don't
at
want
home,
to carry that.
Yeah,
but
you've got your old...
tiny. This is the size of the...
It's tiny.
Well, I've got a photo of the table.
But it leaves the tip of it pointing upwards.
Exactly.
Leaves it a bit more control and gives you that little tip wiping thing. Yeah, unlike Tristan's.
Wipe your tip.
Tristan's got a massive one, huge.
It's a little bit excessive.
Yeah, but he brought it with him anyway, so it was still used.
It's useful.
But that is the one thing about the TS100 that is annoying.
Where do you put it?
Is what you can't put it down.
Even after you're done with it, like you don't want to be.
Yeah, and it is still hot for a little while.
You want it to roll off onto your leg or something, and you go
to
grab it
rolls
and pick
too
it up with
far.
your hand. Here we go, it's there.
I don't believe it rolls too far. That's the thing we're talking about. This thing down
slightly
in the corner.
bigger than a lipo.
It weighs about, I don't know how much, but
half the size of a tango. Half
Yeah.
the size of a tango.
Like, look how big it is compared to a tango.
And it's all metal.
So,
It's
so
heavy.
you want that big thing, or the
That's
nice
yeah.
little idea that Carlos has come up
So
with?
maybe I do. I don't know.
I'm not sure if you could do an STL or just like it's just a box.
I can do an STL.
It's a box.
Yeah, but with a
little loopy scoop on the side.
Yeah.
A loopy scoop.
Essentially.
Yeah, that's it.
And then you did other stuff as well, didn't you? You did
I did tons of things.
You did some necklaces.
Necklaces
for the girls.
Yeah.
What else did you do?
I did
for Vivian.
Vivian, who was
Vivian, lovely Vivian.
Lovely, yeah.
I did happy birthday cake with a candle.
Little candle cake toppers. So these little 3D printer pens.
It's as far as your imagination can go.
They're interesting.
I'm very impressed with how versatile it can be.
I think they're
it's
really,
limited
really
by
interesting.
how creative you can be with it, basically.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's down to you. Like what Carlos did, which was very clever, was he drew stuff down and drew around and then peeled it off.
Yeah.
Rather than just trying to,
Yeah, and then I would put it in a different position and build the rest around it.
Yeah, and build around it, and then you just added those little loops on, which I thought, how's he going to hang that? And you just added a couple of loops on.
For the thing, yeah.
Exactly, for the chainy thing. It was just really good. Very cute little idea, you know?
I'm going to take them more to other events.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. So I just want to quickly mention something that a lot of people talk about when they fly on aeroplanes.
Drink with spaghetti.
With stuff.
Huh?
Yeah. We had bugger all problems.
Yeah.
At either end.
Oh my god. The journeys were ridiculous.
I didn't have any problems, but they wanted to check my bag like 3 times.
Because you
look suspicious.
But
not
only
not
look
the lipo bag, not the clothes bag.
Yeah. Not only looks suspicious.
I know.
But you've got
the clothes bag.
Because you don't have a suitcase. That's unusual to them.
Yeah.
You've got.
You look like you had
2
military
backpacks.
intention.
Yes.
But Heathrow was breeze.
We just breezed through, and like I don't even know if I want to make this kind of stuff public because they'll change things. But the people that are looking at you in security are not the airplane people, and they're all different.
Yeah.
So you trying to take lipos through, getting worried that the flight won't let you,
that doesn't happen.
None of that happens.
It's always in the security.
But none of that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's such a breeze. Like you just want to, But what do we do? All 3 of us. Here's all my stuff. You open it out. Do you understand? Here's all my stuff. These are my lipos. There you go.
But in Heathrow, we didn't have to do that.
I don't think we even did that much.
No. In Heathrow, they had this new machine.
Oh, the new one. Yeah. So they've got a new scanner now. You don't have to open your bags anymore. Don't have to open anything anymore.
Just put everything on.
So good.
They must have multiple view scanning or something that they don't need to care about which way up it is. Yeah. But they just put it through. And then in Turkey, same difference. All those scanners.
Yeah.
How easy was it to come back through? So if you're thinking
you get checked like 10 times just to get to the boarding
for
gate.
sure, they love looking at your passport.
They love looking.
But what I'm trying to get to is if you're thinking about traveling with drones, as long as you've got a sensible amount of equipment with you, and you can produce and show your equipment, and if questions turn it on, because that's another thing, to prove it's a working radio. But if you can just show your stuff, there's no problem about going through.
I've never had anyone ask
kind
me
of flight.
to turn anything on. Just like, oh, what is it?
I had it once.
What's the batteries for?
They asked you to
I
turn
had
it
it once
on.
going into Cyprus.
Really?
Yeah. And they asked me to turn my transmitter on for one of my tiny whoops.
Okay.
When I went in with tiny whoops, like not that long ago, because they didn't give about the drone. What's this transmitter? Because it was a Tyrannus.
Oh, okay. So it looks kind of
big, fat thing. Do you know what I mean? They're like, "What's this?"
Plus, this has a lot of buttons.
Yeah. What's this? You know. So, and that's because they've probably never seen a Tyrannus in their ever career.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I think would be more closer to it.
I can understand.
I hope they took the mixed bag apart and no one opened up your bag and no one cared. You know? Do you know what I mean? So sometimes, yeah? Sometimes it's like this, sometimes like that. John Daniels says they're more interested in his vape.
Yeah.
than is anything else.
Mine was like where I had the clothes and the helmet.
Hang on a minute. I love your T-shirt.
You
Can
like
I just
it?
say that? I've just seen your T-shirt. Look, diversity. All the different antennas. Aren't that brilliant? Where'd you
But
get
it's
that?
diversity. Oh,
Yeah. Where'd you get that?
This came.
That's brilliant.
So, I have a video coming on this.
Is that in the extra present T-shirt?
No.
That's another present. Oh,
yes, but from a long time ago.
Okay.
So the story is,
I love it.
Ages ago,
Yeah.
I competed in
an event
competition thing online to win a
Brain FPV. Okay, I know Brain FPV. Yeah,
do you?
Yeah.
Very nice folk.
Yeah.
So to win a Brain FPV flight controller.
Okay.
But I've never had like the perfect drone where to put it
on. Okay.
So now that I won another competition.
Oh, did he go on this?
Nice little segue there, Carlos. I like your segue.
Segue?
You like a bit of segue,
and
don't you?
They were so nice.
And we're not talking about two-wheel driving things.
Wait.
We're talking about...
Like, Brain FPV were so nice that I won the competition by default.
He was the only entry. Wow.
And it was like, listen, you don't have to send me the thing. It was just one guy. You can like redo the competition or do something else, or or if you want to do it, you can do something else. And she was like, no, I own the thing. I do whatever I want. And she sent me the flight controller, sent me a nice letter, sent me a nice package with the shirt.
Love the shirt.
The flight controller and the PDB.
Okay.
And I've kept it for all this time. I wanted to do a video for so long. And I was like, no, I need to do something with it.
Yeah.
So there's a video coming very soon.
Very soon.
A very weird video as well. That has...
I can see it.
That has this.
I can see
it. The Brain FPV and a ton more shit.
Why does that not have a proper antenna on it? What's going on?
I didn't have one.
I can see it.
But soon.
It's because that
that's where...
Oh my god. The size of that.
So this came from Turkey.
Does it?
Well, no. When we went to Turkey.
What?
Isn't it the one Felix gave you?
No.
Oh, whose is that one?
This is
the one he won.
A Flynoceros.
For the chase video.
A Flynoceros.
Yes, this is from the video from the
I thought that was one that Felix gave you.
No. Felix is much smaller. But I also have a Felix frame.
Oh, okay. In that case,
this
it's not the one that
Flynoceros.
Felix gave him, and it didn't come from Turkey.
No, this is from Latvia.
Yes.
I sent a video for a competition.
Yeah.
For like chasing things.
Yeah.
And I won this thing.
That's a crazy looking.
It's massive though.
It is a bit big.
How heavy is it?
I've been flying it. I've actually flown it today.
Yeah.
With 5S.
Yeah.
Marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. There's no vehicle made by man that will outrun this.
Really.
And it's
this 6-inch?
It looks nice.
Yeah, 6-inch. And it's not like
got space for 7.
It's not like wah! It's so smooth. It's incredible.
It's the middle bit makes it look very light. Yeah. But
strong.
I thought you was going to build Felix's multi-dimension, changeable shape drone.
Yes. And
I
did.
How do you like the camera being on top of the GoPro, by the way?
Right, good idea.
On this, Carlos.
So that's the story.
How do you find this camera position?
This one.
Yeah.
See, look, they look.
I need to get a different camera that's
a
bit
the same
further away because I can see this and it's a bit.
So this one, is
Felix's frame. Yes.
One screw changes the size,
changes the configuration. So you can see that it's not a true X right now, right? Because I took a little screw from here. And I moved the arm just a little. Oh my god! Jim's dad scared the shit out of me.
Just carry on.
He changed the screw.
I wasn't expecting that.
What the fuck was it like a ghost?
Yeah.
Ghost man.
Yayan Daik. Yayan Daik.
So you take a screw and you can move the arms in or out, like
just a one
slot.
screw.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you change the configuration from a plus to a hybrid to a dead cat.
Is that off?
Yeah. So you can see like the arms are a bit further apart in the front now. You know?
Yeah, but how have you secured that like that? Is there an oval in the end of that arm or something?
So in the arm at the end, there's three.
Oh, three.
Yeah.
So there's 3 positions you can put that in.
Yes.
Okay, so he's done that. All right. I like the foam pad too. Yeah. Interesting.
And it's like you can. So if you have a GoPro and you don't want to get your props in view, you just push the arms a little bit back.
Is it enough?
Yes.
So I really like this frame.
So I like this frame so much that I'm not gonna use this for racing.
Ha!
Because I will just destroy it for racing, really.
So you're gonna use it for chasing?
Chase footage, yes. So this is my idea. I have, as you can see there's 3 frames, right? One of them I can't show yet.
There's a massive one.
You guys can see it, but the rest can't see it
because that one.
It's
that one.
It's a surprise from T-Motors.
That one there.
Oh. So I can't show it. They can see
look
it.
At that one quickly.
It's big.
Huh? No, it's the same.
There's things on it.
There's things on it.
And some of them go round.
But you can't show it.
Oh! I'm being very careful not to show it.
Don't bring it in.
So here's my idea.
All right, here's your idea.
Oh my god.
That's my chase footage quads right there.
Chase pack, yeah.
Chase pack.
Okay.
You have 4S, 5S.
Yeah.
And then 5S, 6S. For the really
faster,
big whatever thingamacrosses. Yeah. So if I'm chasing a bike or a car, maybe this. If I'm chasing like
you're getting onto a subject that I wanted to talk about, but in another show.
Yeah.
And the subject is drones as tools.
Drones as tools, yes.
And which drone for which tool to do what job.
I like as well.
Yeah.
What are you touching?
Like, he's rubbing it up as well.
I really like those motors.
He's rubbing it up.
I mean,
but that is the whole. I think that's like a whole show in itself.
Yeah.
Where because there are so many different situations. If you took the wrong drone, like to me, trying to fly something 2S indoors, it's like you're holding on to the reins.
Yeah.
Whereas
unless
if you're
in
flying,
a sports hall or something.
Unless you're in a big sport, which we're not in, but if you're flying a 1S, you're pushing it forward.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's tools for position.
And it's really crazy that for me, that people use their racing quads, they're also their freestyle quads.
Because
like
again,
chase
I don't think
quads.
it's been addressed.
It's one thing fits all.
No, not at all.
But I thought you liked that, Carlos. I think you like a bit of one thing for everything, right?
In certain situations, not like racing is very specific and freestyle is very specific as well.
And cinematic flying as well.
If you want the best you can have one thing that's average at everything, right?
Yeah, but when it comes to it, you're not gonna be able to cope.
Well, you can cope, but it's just average.
Compromises.
It's not the best. Yeah, exactly. You have to compromise on everything, and it's average at all of them, right?
But some people can't afford,
Yeah, I know.
But then if you're not using 4 different types of quads, you won't need to. No one needs to have that many, but if you're specialising like you are in terms of what you're doing, then you'll make the money.
There is also about and there's the commitment to what you're trying to do, bro. It's like at the end of the day, what he's talking about, he's taking himself to these places to get these bit of footage, and
I need a tool to get the footage
tool,
back.
Without
this is a tool. This is like a hammer for me.
Well,
it's like the squirt. Like today, I've been flying around fucking penthouse apartments in a tower. There's no way I could do that with any other quad than the squirt to carry a GoPro.
Exactly. So looking at it as a tool and appreciate. But see,
I crashed into a wall and I didn't damage anything.
We probably haven't hit this conversation too much because we're like racy, freestyly users and not videography users. If you know what I mean. Like, no, you're getting there now. Jobs and that's coming, which is why it's coming to the fore. But previously, it wasn't really a question in the same way.
As much of a focus.
But now we're like, hang on a minute, we could use this in this situation, and then you'd end up all the way down in sizes. Yeah, you would go all the way down.
And Bicefa. What's Bicefa?
I don't know. Those two. It's a Turkish person, but you'd have the size of drone like you're showing there, but all the way down in scale for the situation. You know, like when you get one of those chef knives things. They open it.
Exactly. It's not just one.
It's like that.
He could just use one, couldn't he?
He could.
But it would just be an average knife for.
It's just an
for,
average, but every yeah.
for jobs.
But
right?
to do the job right,
yeah,
needs this bendy knife that does this
Exactly.
with that tip,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So
All about the tip.
it's all about, you know, and the bendiness. So for me, that is, I think, is a whole show's worth of
Yeah, we can talk
conversation.
About it,
Tristan is bumping into the microphone as we speak with something ever so cute.
Something that is not.
What is that?
Well, this
Tristan?
wasn't at WDC, but there was one of these.
Blimp with the gimbal.
There was one of them at WDC. And yes, it does make noises.
And have a little light on top.
And Tristan's one's got a siren and a light, but not all of them do. And that's what it is. That's what Tristan is playing with at the moment. I've made it a lot bigger on the screen there, but if you look at our little screen, it's that big.
It's so small.
So like it's not big at all.
It
like,
has full.
Here's a lighter for reference. Like it's silly small.
Fully proportional steering and throttle.
That's very nice.
Fully proportional, and the siren you have.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So it was actually quite funny. The other day you come round and we made a little course, didn't we?
Had a little race.
And we was having a little chase race, and only when you put the siren on did it get exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he's running away from the police.
You know what I mean? It's like the siren just changed everything.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
It was great fun. Really, really good fun. And I've just got them listed now.
Yeah, available from Joan Junkie.
I've got them in
this
now.
one isn't available because I bought it, but there
I've
are
even
some
put
other
the price
beautiful
down as well.
Screw you.
I've even put the price down. They're only $84.99 now, so they're very affordable. I love them.
Yeah.
I'm
They're
just
very cute.
I'm waiting for changes. So
tons of people were.
You've probably noticed in the background it looks like a bit chaotic, and there's this stuff there in the middle that wasn't there before and all that. But stuff's happening, and things are changing, and this is going to be more playroomy kind of space very soon.
More able to leave stuff dedicated like out rather than having to pack stuff away.
That as
like
well.
Put stuff on the laser cutter. Sorry.
I want to stop that because that's just offensive to the laser cutter.
The poor laser cutter.
It's not a table.
No.
But it's being used like one now. But it'll be a bigger bench in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So things are changing here.
And more storage space as well.
Yeah. More. Well, we need more.
More space for all your props.
It's all growing.
If you need any props.
I might do a sale on props very soon because I've just got a lot of props. I've got so many types of props, bros. It's
some very good props.
It's great that micro props have come of age.
Yeah. But now
it's just trying to
too many of them.
Just trying to keep up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a great little product.
Blimp with a gimbal.
We do love props. I'm kind of done now because
I think we've talked for a while.
I think we've spoken for a little bit. nearly 2 hours, so we're not far off our
usual.
Along. We've done some rambling.
But WDC, it's one thing I said when I think I was being interviewed by Felix. That there weren't the right words to describe it. It was just so good that whatever I say about it it's not really fair. It doesn't do it justice because it was so good.
I felt loved there.
That's genuine though.
The camaraderie, the community.
There was definitely genuine love.
Yeah.
And I felt that we gave a little bit back as well. Yeah. And I felt that all of the pilots were as positive as they could be. Yeah. They was all very, very.
Well, I couldn't believe that.
I don't want to say impressed, but because they're not there to be impressed, but they was all appreciated what was going on.
But everyone was really down to earth as well. Yeah, you got someone like Sean. He's just hanging out. He's just a normal guy. He's not walking around like, oh yeah, I'm incredible. People bow down before me. Like no one was like that. There was no.
I absolutely love Sean Taylor. He is such a humble dude. He is so calm and gentle, and
it's reflected in his flying. Yeah. He's so fast. His lines are so
like
smooth.
Like you say, there's no ego about him. Do you know what I mean? There's no.
Whereas he could be like.
He could easily be full of it. He could very easily be full of it, and there's no. You don't get any of that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and there were so many other awesome people.
Yeah, like Chris
there.
is saying, when people crashed and damaged their drones, other people were like, "Oh, here, have some
there
motors."
Was loads of that.
Or, I need an ESC. Oh,
look, don't get me wrong. I loved the WeChat group thing.
Yeah.
But at some points it was getting to me because it was just like ka-ting, 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 like message after message.
Well, there's a lot of stuff got broken.
A lot of stuff got broken.
Sean Taylor lost the
he
lost a
nut.
little nut from his radio. We were all looking, and it's like, oh, I need to fly.
I need a
so
nut.
I just took mine.
Well, there you go, because otherwise it won't be able to do it properly. See?
Look
so
like
there
I'm
was
gonna win.
there was lots and lots of that
If
going
you had
on.
that nut, maybe.
There really was.
That's what happened. You lost the nut.
Yeah.
God damn it!
That's what
And now, Sean Taylor
owes you.
No.
No.
Every race he wins,
I will
be a part of it.
It's part of you. It's part of you.
See what I did there?
You are the nut behind Sean Taylor. Yeah.
The radio.
You are the nut.
It needs the radio to race.
But yeah, there was definitely. Once they got to the flight line, there was a bit of competitiveness.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. But as soon as
they
was
competitive was
jokey competitive almost. Do you know what I mean?
That
when
race
they got
where,
off that
where
flight
both
line,
quads exploded in the finish line.
Through the finish line.
My God, what a race!
There was quite a few actually.
You couldn't breathe.
Later on,
like, Tristan, breathe.
Later on in the week, there was a lot of side by side. Did you notice that? Later on in the week, like early in the week, it was a bit disparate. Yeah. But later on, there was just so many.
Because people were set by ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were literally lending their drones to other people. It was crazy.
I think actually, in the veterans against judges race, they was all borrowed.
Did you race?
No.
Why?
Because I had the Sensi and it didn't work properly.
Why didn't it work properly?
The camera went a bit
again
poor. Yeah.
Oh, he's making it up. He just didn't fly that confidently. Also, he would have got this thing destroyed by a 5-inch.
No, but my word, do you know how fast that was?
By a 5-inch.
Do you know how quick that was?
Yeah, I have a.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a. Do I have a video of it? Maybe.
Oh, it was crazy quick. I don't know if I could go through all of those things that those people.
I've got a DVR recording of you flying it.
I did the tunnel, the curved tunnel.
Yeah. You made it through the tunnel.
You didn't do it through the tunnel.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you did.
But he crashed out of the tunnel. That's how he made it out.
I remember. I saw it. I was like,
I still went through the tunnel.
He made it through the tunnel. No one can take that away from him.
Yeah. But yeah, I did crash. I do that a lot. I like space.
You like space.
I'm not a racer, bros. I'm the one that marvels at people that can do that. I don't know how they can lock on.
Oh yeah, someone took their radio apart to make it mobile so Trappy could fly, for God's sake. But Trappy flew really well.
Did he?
Yeah, I was impressed because it wasn't his radio, it wasn't his quad, and he hadn't flown like a rate. Yeah, he did very well. But Serge was fucking.
Serge, brilliant. He did really well.
Flew very nicely.
Yes. Yeah. So maybe next time I'll play.
We need to get you a 5-inch, Jim.
No.
I think that would just be
life would end.
I think that would just be pointlessly dangerous.
4 inch.
Just without without benefit.
Think of the children.
Won't someone think of the children?
That'll be fine.
No, I think something small. Maybe smaller than that. Like a 2.5 inch.
Something small. We just need more flying lessons first. That's all.
Or no, like with a whoop you could have done that track.
Yeah, with a whoop I could have done that.
Okay, track. Yeah, but not with other people flying.
Yeah, not with other people. Yeah, just him. Like
on my own. Yeah. Like I'm always flying on my own. Like no one wants to fly with me.
No, it's because the drones will destroy you.
They just all want me to fly on my own.
Well, he just goes into the danger.
It's terrible.
If there's like a chainsaw, like oh hello, oh I didn't know.
No,
I didn't know.
It's
I
not
didn't
that
know.
bad. It's
right,
not.
anyway,
don't listen to them. They just yeah, it's not that bad.
Let's sign off.
Have you had enough now? Have you?
I thought we were ending it.
Have you had enough now, Tristan?
Well,
you started it all back up again. Like
yeah, it's just a little.
I'm sure people will listen to us, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
But that was just necessary to be put out there. Yeah.
So just the last little dig, just last little one like that. Yeah.
Are you gonna fly this?
I am. I just want to change the camera. I want one of those little run cams that Tristan had.
Run cam nano
Super
racer.
Nano thing. So
yes.
Once that happens, we will get. Okay, look. So for now,
this is a tiny whip camera. It's not good enough for a
for now, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much to the audio organisers.
The what now?
Organisers.
The organisers. Are they all the organisers?
Like the certificate.
Do you want to see if I have a video of that?
Yeah, if you've got one, well, I don't mind carrying on. But thank you very much for inviting us over to Turkey for WDC. It was phenomenal. Like truly beyond anything any of us could expect.
I don't know what I expected, but
this
it blew
just
me away.
in.
Oh,
I've been given
hot off the press.
Hot off the press.
I don't know if it has anything.
I've been given a card, and now I need to find the reader thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now
it'll be another 30 minutes.
Bear with us
for
several minutes.
Technical. Is it there? Can anyone see it?
I don't know what it looks like. So.
It's a round thing.
It's round.
Well, maybe we'll leave it for the next one then.
I don't see it.
Come back next week and you might see some DVR.
You might see. We might. You know. You never know. We might even. Look. Ha. Carlos mentioned this earlier on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And before we go.
Oh,
yes.
If there is anybody out there in YouTube type land, that fancies helping us,
yes,
we could really do with an intern that understands
got very serious
video and editing and stuff like that. So if you do a bit of video and editing and stuff like that, let us know, because we need you. Thanks. So I can't find my little thing, and that's how good I am.
No one's gonna reply to that.
So
do you think anyone? Did you not like my little serious chat there?
No one's gonna reply.
That was my little serious chat. I was being serious then.
What's this? Professionals
on the line. Yeah, get the BI, Chris.
Need a new camera.
BI.
Yeah, BI camera.
It's the best tiny whip camera you can buy, and it's not too expensive.
Yes.
Available from Newbie Drone.
Do you have a VTX?
Drone Junkie.
Or Drone Junkie. It's not here, bruv.
No? Okay. No,
thanks. You can take it back.
We'll do it next time.
You can take that back. So next time we will show you the
3-inch flying the track. That was what it was.
And your videos of the track, and your video of your view.
I've got loads of GoPro footage as
of
well.
The hotel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the diving.
This is just for that one.
And the
racing.
Yeah, and a bit of stuff like that.
Yeah,
so just for now.
The place we ate.
Thank you very much. If like I say, if anyone does a bit of YouTube video type editing stuff, and you want to help us out intern style, thanks a lot. Let us know.
Chris said say again.
Say what again?
Camera.
The camera.
A Newbie Drone BI is the current best tiny camera. Is that what you want to hear? Is that what he wants to hear?
What? Say it again.
Newbie Drone. Newbie. So Newbie.
Is it new eye camera? No.
BI. No, it's a BI.
B as in the B.
BI.
B.
B buzz and I. Oculata. So BI camera is a very good camera, but it doesn't come with a VTX, and you'd need to match that to a VTX of your choice. Yeah. So thank you very much, Chris. Thanks for watching, everybody. John Daniels, Dave Story, Double A, and all the other people that are watching us.
Rock your body.
This has been Tristan.
Thank
Carlos,
you for having me.
the world's favourite pilot.
Yeah.
And I have been and will always be the Drone Junkie. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.